Hey guys, XDC Alzir here, and today I've got some Planetside 2 footage, which I've been meaning to post for a while. But I've been trying to figure out a format to use for this because typically a session of Planetside lasts several hours, which is obviously a little too long for YouTube. And you almost need to experience a full session really just to really get the game. Because there's always a story to the evening, as you experience the various changes in your faction's fortunes. When you persevere through the trials and the tribulations of the night, the success really starts to feel a lot sweeter. Plus the trials are pretty fun themselves, especially if you put up like an epic defense against the odds. What I've decided to show though is a small chapter of that story for this particular evening. It's mainly for the benefit of our guys in XDC. The reason for that is a few of us have access to the beta, and but some of us have been put off by early experiences. I shared a lot of these frustrations, and by that I mean we basically found ourselves playing a walking simulator. We were walking miles between points, only then to die, have to do it over again. We didn't understand how the spawn system worked in the game. It's significantly different from what we're used to in Battlefield 3, and it was frustrating, it was annoying. There were other things as well, but I had it on good authority that this game was good. So I've given it more time myself, and I'm finally starting to see the attraction. I mean, it's especially over the last couple of weeks. Now, if you don't know the game, it plays out over a continent. It's actually 2 continents now since the patch this week, but you concentrate on one of these at a time. And the continents contain multiple bases, they're dotted all over the place. And this is us attacking one of the smaller ones. It's called Gravel Pass. Our faction is in the process of clearing up Vanu Sovereignty invasion this evening, which had seen us pushed back close to our warp gate. In Battlefield 3 terms, your warp gate's like your uncapped, so being pushed back that far, it's not good. So our faction has finally organised ourselves, we've pushed back, we're pushing back strong, our population's recovered a bit as well, and we're recapping various points where we've lost. Now, I really don't want to talk about the game mechanics in too much detail here. I can maybe do that in a later video. I want to show simply how a typical fight goes down in the game. So if you've been playing for a few hours, I mean, as I say, the story varies, but you're having various fights that are just like this. You will sometimes encounter an easy fight, sometimes it's impossible, sometimes it can start easy then flip the other way. This one here, it started off pretty much an even fight, but the defenders who were coming up against the Vanu guys, they were always at a disadvantage because our faction was pushing back on all the fronts. This eventually cut them off from any reinforcements. The geography of the region, the area here means that they don't actually have any air support, and they've got nowhere really just to get their armor from. So in the meantime, our faction here, our rape train was at full speed. Now, what you've seen so far, I'm in a squad with Automatic Meat, he's a friend of ours, and he had called my attention to this particular area of Gravel Pass and decided to make it our objective following the capture of that big tower there to the left, just down in the south. I push up initially in a tank, and I discover it goes down pretty quickly. I do bail from the tank, which isn't such a bad move in this game compared to like Battlefield 3. People can't go and steal your vehicles, but I jump out. It was going down anyway after one shot. I have a wee look around the building, and I come across what was a big party bus there, which is called the Sunderer. And as things are at the minute in beta, this is basically your mobile spawn platform, and it's the same for all the teams. There's a couple of engineers in this case actually keeping it alive, and it's positioned nicely. It's sheltered in behind this building to the right. There's no way our tanks can get a shot on it because they're exposed as they come up that road, as you saw when I was in the tank. But I decided that basically we had too far a walk for me to come back into the fight, so I went back to the tower that we captured in the south to take up my own party bus. And this is me. I would come up, position it in a hidey spot just to keep it undercover, and decide to test out this max unit. This is a class I don't play that much, and as you'll see, like here for example, there's a delay in how I fire from me clicking the mouse, so I'm not used to this. I like the way it kills people. It does kill people in 1 or 2 shots. but I'm really not used to how it moves, how it reloads, anything here. So I mean, I'm just trying it out. The idea was basically to come up here, kill a max, which I got first, and then hopefully jump down here and kill a few of their engineers. What I actually do here is suicide stupidly. I'm not aiming right. I'm not used to it, and I actually go down a lot quicker than I was expecting. I did at least get to see that the Sunder is still up. The one that was there whenever I first arrived there is the tank. And I suppose the thing is about that Sunder is that it is actually acting as the keystone to their defence, because while they do know at the point it does give them access to spawning in the spawn room for gravel pass. The spawn room's on the right hand side of the road, and if you see the mini map here, there's some of our tanks are on that road. Certainly some of our infantry will be shooting up there as well. So anybody who spawns in that room is going to be going to have to cross that line of fire. That'll certainly hurt them, if not kill a good number of them before they get over to the left side where the actual capture point is. So the Sunder, being where it is, it allows them to mass spawn exactly where they're needed. So it's going to be important for us to push up here, kill that, and get past this stalemate. And there we are. I'm trying to do that, but and so is one of our tanks, and he slides into me. As one of the things you have to get used to in this game is that team killing happens, especially friendly tanks. All they have to do is breathe on you, and you die. But you get used to it. It's easy enough to get over. I mean, about 10% of my kills are my deaths are team kills. Probably 10% of my kills are team kills as well, actually, to be honest. But shit happens. And so I just pick myself up, get back to doing this. But I am getting a wee bit frustrated by our team, because I can see them here on the mini map and I can see them spotted. You can see the green triangles. I don't understand why we're not able to get onto the flag, because every time I push up here myself, I can get onto it, or at least get very close to it. So I'm coming up here again. Okay, I do see there's somebody in that window there. So maybe there's some people just can't get past him. He's got buddies up there. I tried to throw a grenade up, but you threw like a retard in this game, so that one didn't work. In hindsight, I probably should have peeked into this room here just to see exactly what was stopping our guys moving up, but I'm wanting to see what's going on with the Sunder, and it's gone, so that is good news. So we can now push onto this flag. So I run into a bit of a shitstorm here as I'm trying to do that. And this is certainly not the best example you're ever going to see of a recoil controller twitch aim, but somehow I get the job done. I don't think I'm by myself here. I think there's people behind me. They must have got killed because I end up here by myself. The flag's starting to go down. There's a friendly tank, although it dies pretty quickly, and I think it's from the top of that building, which I didn't check when I came up here. I've also panicked a wee bit here when I noticed my low health. I forgot to reload, so I probably would have died there anyway, because there's a lot of reinforcements arrived. But I'm concerned why our team's not pushing. So it's like, right, okay, how can I maybe just help encourage this? So theory crafting a wee bit here, I suppose. I have to decide, right, well, if I move the Sunder up, the spawn point will be closer to where the fight needs to be, and let's just see what happens. So I'm trying to squeeze it up on the left side, because well, I figure the road's a bit too exposed. But as I get up here, there is a rocket that flies just over my head, so scratch that idea. Let's go down here. Stupid, there's rockets over there as well. But I deploy it here anyway. I've got this far and I can't be bothered reversing it. So there it's deployed, and I'll just jump on the turret just to try and look after it from the right hand side, because quite clearly that's our spawn point where that rocket had come from. Where I'm shooting at a wee warehouse, I'm getting some hit markers, but it seems to be a turret. You can just about make out the shield of it from here, and yeah, there's a turret kill, so it's blown up. Now what I'm doing here with the turret is I'm basically just trying to cover the right hand side, so the vehicle stays up. You know, it's this was not necessary. You know, I should have left this under back where it was, but I've put myself into this position now, so I'm finding myself a wee bit frustrated here, because I'm in a passive sort of role, and I don't like doing that. I'm starting to see tanks moving up. There's some galaxies overhead and some infantry, so I'm fairly confident that the Sunder is going to be okay. It's maybe turning out to be a slightly better situation. I'm not taking as much damage as I feared I would by parking it here. So okay. Let's just take a risk. Okay, I can start pushing up here, heavy assault back into this building. You're starting to see a bit more of them spawning over there, which kind of suggests that they no longer have a spawn point on our side, or the left-hand side near the actual capture point. So this is good. So let's get on to the point. But why have we still not got it? The reason for that is, look at this. I mean, these people are still hiding in there. But yeah, okay. At least we have some people now. They're out there doing the right thing. So it's been neutralized by the time I get here, and we're just about to finish off the capture. From the way our teams are pointing here and where these tracers are coming from, you can sort of see that the other teams now mostly restricted to the other side of this road. So that's definitely a good sign. They're going to be slowly heading back into their spawn. But I had to come over here anyway, cause just in case they had any other, well, either anyone flanking us or any Sunder that might have still been hiding here. But I didn't think there was. So play a wee bit of hide and seek with these guys over here. Don't think I get too many kills, but what we're doing is at the minute anyway is we're waiting for the blue bar just above the mini map to reach the top, because that's the point where we capture the base. What determines how fast that goes up is just to the left of it there's a sort of a circle that says 100%, and that's a pie chart normally that represents your faction's influence on a particular hex. That's determined by how many of the hexes touching this our faction currently controls. So at 100% that means we own everything around this, so that's the fastest you're going to capture. Of course it does vary just depending what kind of point, because if you're looking at one of the major outposts rather than a small point like this, it takes a wee bit longer to capture. But anyway, now that we've got it, it gives us access to their spawn room, so our guys are probably going to go in there under hail friendly fire, clear out any of theirs. So I go over here to these warehouses, but I forget to look across the road, and this tank runs me over. So this always happens. It wasn't his fault; it was mine. You know, I should have watched, because I think he was looking at the guy in the warehouse himself. But anyway, that's that. That's how a fight goes down. So that's basically how these games go. We'd now just I'm going to have to respawn here. We'll be looking at the map. We'll be trying to find the next objective for our squad, and there's only 2 of us, so we're looking for things that manageable, just wee bite-sized things that we can do together. And I guess maybe down in the south is where we're going to be moving next. Yeah, let's stick the waypoint down there. So we're going to cut off this wee bit of a purple incursion down here into our blue territory. But that's another chapter for the evening's story. And that's how the game goes on, you know. So there's sometimes downtime between the major flashpoints on any given night, but the whole thing is you can never tell when a flashpoint is just about to happen out of thin air. But I hope what I have shown in this video at least maybe showcases the game from a perspective some people may not have seen yet. If it does that, please like the video. It always helps the channel, and subscribe to it if you want to see a few more of these. In any case, thanks for watching.